Hi Pisces, welcome to your unexpected reading for 14. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the link to the Recommend a Reader Shoutout, which goes to Royal Mystic Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support yourself if you like what she has to say. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it could resonate in other areas of your life. All right, so this is for Pisces. Let's see, Pisces unexpected forward. What is going on, Pisces? Two of Wands. All right. Two of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Page of Cups. Four of Cups. Eight of Cups. Lots of cups. Wow. Great. This right here. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Over there. Okay. Sorry, just a little pile set up over here and it too squished together. All right, Pisces, what's going on here? We got Taurus, we got Sagittarius. What's this Wheel of Fortune about for Pisces? Wheel of Fortune. Why? Okay, this is Emperor. So we've got stability and security here for you doing you taking the reins in your own life and being in charge. We could be dealing with an Aries, but this is all about you needing to, it's almost like this is a call for you to rely on yourself or to kind of fortify and get back to basics with yourself and your own life, regardless of this person that could very well be at a distance or that you might be waiting to hear from or deciding on what to do. The focus needs to be you. What's this Knight of Pentacles about? Page of Swords. Okay, so there could be that long distance communication with the Taurus, Aries. This Page of Cups about cups. Yeah. Getting back to basics, getting back to yourself, focusing on just because there's trust issues here with this person. It's like this hot cold. They might be giving you the silent treatment. They might be unpredictable with their communication, especially if you're at a distance. Sort of just keeping up consistent communication is very important because that's all you have. And it could be that this person is just kind of not into that. They're not consistent enough. They could not be giving you enough emotional attention. This could be just you feeling in deficit because it's just simply not enough of an emotional connection for you. They're not paying you enough attention. Okay. Right. What else for this? What about this Temperance here? What's this Temperance for Pisces? Looks like you're throwing in the towel because a situation is just simply not giving enough to you emotionally. It's like someone's holding all the cards. And yet their effort and their attention and time elsewhere is very little. Their security and what they have to offer is here, but they're not giving very much of it. It's like they're more concerned about what they want, what they have, where they're going, and kind of keeping everything focused on their path or trajectory right now. And you're not as much of a consideration as you would like to be. This Four of Cups. The Empress. So we got the Emperor and the Empress. Taurus or Aries here. Yeah. What's this Eight of Cups? Same Eight of Cups for Pisces. Good for you. 10 of Pentacles. Good for you. So the thing is I think this is you realizing that this could possibly be, it's not the only reason that it might seem like the potential's there or that it's really good, and it's the fact quite possibly because you are very nurturing, but then you get taken for granted of because you show up in this really wonderful giving capacity, and yet it seems like you might always meet people that are takers of that. Because you're so nurturing, you meet people that take. So there's always a balance, right? But doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Doesn't feel very good either. So I think this is you, not just with this person, but I think in general, this is a month where you're just kind of taking a back seat to everything and minimizing your interaction and communication, because let's be honest, it just doesn't feel good anymore. It doesn't feel good to be waiting to hear from someone, waiting to be made a priority, waiting. And the focus needs to be on yourself and building your own security and stability, getting back to basics, taking some time out to get some perspective on this situation. And in doing so, it's like you realize that the security, stability, attention, and everything isn't there like you thought it was. Perhaps it's because you provide and insist on certain things that this person eventually throws a crumb or responds, but it's not because of their own drive or their own well-being or their own drive or their own initiation. It's because you're constantly waiting and having to remind them, and it's taken its toll. It's almost like this is all in hindsight realization, because this is you reviewing this with this person and realizing that it's probably been your effort all along that has sustained the stability in this relationship. And their offer and how they are is unchanging. Their focus is different, and it's not going to change. And I think the realization, the unexpected part here, is that you realize it's not going to be enough. What they're offering is simply not enough. It's not what you want anymore. And it doesn't have to be, because you always filled in the gaps for them. I think this is you. The unexpected part here is kind of withdrawing and taking a minute to think about this and realizing that I just don't want to be a part of something that, they're just not that into me as I'm into them. And this is about you actually pulling back instead of kind of keeping the momentum going and kind of being available or being the one making plans and kind of driving this thing. You're all of a sudden going, I'm going to pull back here. This doesn't feel good anymore. I'm pulling back. And then we have the Eight of Cups and the 10. So this is actually not just pulling back, but actually walking away from a situation that just wasn't giving to you what it's like. This is your effort, the Empress, and this is their effort. And then here you are thinking about this. And I mean, you deserve better, and you deserve more. And you deserve somebody that does that on their own volition, not just to throw you a crumb to get you to shut up or to get you to, oh yeah, sorry, forgot, here. Wow. So, okay. Now, all right, think of a yes or no question, because I got a coin flip coming. So just start thinking about what you want for a yes or no question. What else for Pisces? What's for Pisces? You deserve better, Pisces. And I think this is you just deciding that enough's enough, and it's that you've got so much to offer and give, and someone that is worthy of that is going to give the same in return. And instead of that going to a relationship that's just not fulfilling, it's time to reinvest all that effort and energy back into yourself and your own trajectory, future, that sort of thing. Because it's not that you're at the crossroads, but it's almost like you've been liberated. And so this is a month of review and thinking about, all right, what do I want to do now? I get to put me at the helm here. What do I want? What's best for me? What else for Pisces? Six of Cups. Yep, this is the past in review. You're thinking, and this is all about you reviewing things in hindsight, coming to some unexpected realizations. This isn't anything that happens to you. This is internal stuff going on. This is you being liberated being out of a relationship and looking at it in review, and realizing in hindsight why you walked away. Or it could be that you're in why you need to walk away, why you need to pull back emotionally and disengage from this, because this person could be none the wiser, because you don't occur to them at the level that you should. They're not into it like they should be. For the amount that it means to you and the effort that you're willing to give and have given to sustain this, if I'm honest, they don't deserve you, because they don't give it back. And it's not going to change. And this is you realizing that. And this is someone that's pretty darn important from your past, or that you had that connection with, and in your mind it could have really been something, but it's not. It hurts, and you're deciding to disengage because you deserve better. It hurts, it doesn't feel good, and you're realizing it's not going to change. And the only reason it's lasted this long is because you've carried it. All right, think of your yes or no question. I'm putting this here so it doesn't bounce and make a huge loud noise on the thing. So, okay, think of your yes or no question. I'm not going to have one. I feel like after all this information, my mind is kind of made up, but everybody's situation is different because it's a general, so you might be having, asking about a nuanced part of it, like, well, what about the kids? Or, you know, all right. So think. Okay. Whoopsie. No, wait. I didn't mean to. I saw myself on the viewfinder. Let the coin go. Shutting up. All right. Think of your yes or no question. Do over. Here we go. It says yes. All right. Now, when it lands like this, I turn it. Even with the dice, I do that. So this is yes with caution. Yes with you need to think about it some more. So whatever your question was, the answer is yes, but. Not just a flat out yes, it's yes, but. Yes, think about it some more. Yes, but it's going to take time. Or yes, there's a consideration to be made, but yes. Just saying, whatever your question was. Okay. All right, now for the dice. What else for Pisces? It's like marbles that knock down. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Pentacles here and the 10 of Wands. So this is that's work. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. So this is about you disengaging to be able to finally set down a load that you've been carrying and be able to work on yourself. It's just been a lot. It's almost like the relationship has worked because of your doing and your effort and you. And for some of you, it could even be that you were called into question by this person. Like they might have been kind of critical of you. And it was just on top of the effort you were providing in the relationship. Here you are second guessing yourself because of their criticism or because of their demands or because of their lack of attention. And you had no sounding board, like you didn't know what to think. So you just naturally blame yourself because you're such a nurturer, because you're like, well, maybe it's me, maybe I'm. So on top of, doing all this internal introspection, here you are doubting yourself when you were with them because you just were not getting what you need. You were not supported. You were not worked with. You two just weren't on the same page. This was more important to you than it was to your person because they had very clearly defined goals and what they wanted, and that's what they stuck with, and it didn't change. And you were kind of doing all this work, and it's just not worth it anymore. All right. I hope this was helpful, Pisces, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Please don't beat yourself up. This is supposed to be a time of reflection and just realizing, okay, well, I don't have to do that anymore. I learned from it, and I get to finally focus all this work and all this just work. I get to finally focus on myself and do that now that I've been set free. It gets to be about me now and restoring and healing. And this is, I can't stress this enough, this is a time for you to sit back and just be able to think, have some quiet time. It's almost like the worst is over, and now it's just a time of reflection and thinking about ways to, what you're going to do now, basically now that you're free, what you get to do now with your life. All right. I hope this was helpful, Pisces, and I hope to see you in the next reading. I thank you for stopping by. You take care.